you to Seattle and the waterfront and our special focus on underwater systems today. Really glad that we had such a great turnout. I want to thank Heather Sorensen, who is right back there in the, I guess, the fuchsia color. Let's give her a big hand. She was very instrumental in organizing this event and really worked really hard on it, as well as the rest of the... Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our president of our chapter, Mr. Joe Gibbs.
Greetings, thanks for coming. We have a real packed agenda as usual, so I'm going to fly through this. This is our agenda. We passed out the agenda for everyone, so you have it. Some sponsors. If anybody's interested in sponsoring a meeting, it doesn't really cost a lot. Boeing sponsored our chapter this year for the entire year, so I do want to thank Boeing. Boeing Seattle, Unmanned Systems Division, sponsored us for the entire year. They gave us a good chunk of money. Northwest UAV sponsored this meeting as well, just this meeting. Seabite, John Wood, where's John? John organized all these speakers today. And we started the process and really got lost because we promised we were going to do a maritime event. So John picked up the ball and was responsible for some of these speakers today. So I want to say thanks to John. And Jay Schmidt at Silicon Forest, he's over there displaying. He started the ball rolling. He started getting some speakers set up. And when he ran out of resources, John picked up the ball. So thanks for Jay as well.
I'm going to introduce Rob Simmons. I think you can see his bio up here. Program Executive Office, Littoral and Mine Warfare. So this is some pretty heavy stuff. And I won't read the whole thing, but I really want to welcome Rob for taking the time to come and speak to us today. One of the things we do here at AUVSI is we have quality speakers. And so let's give Rob a big hand.
Okay, good morning. Can everybody hear me all right? Certainly want to thank Joe and Eric for the opportunity to talk at this meeting. I'm a tremendous advocate of AUVSI for the last 5 or 6 years. I've had the fortune of being able to serve as a judge at the AUVSI student competition down in San Diego. It's a tremendous organization and certainly like to support it as much as I possibly can. Do want to thank John for kind of setting, John Wood, who I was the first commanding officer special clearance team that kind of arranged my presence here. And I also want to highlight a couple colleagues that made the trip with me across country that and also want to invite them. If I miss something as I go through the brief, or Rick Nagel, who is G2 Software Systems, provides software support. He was a former resource sponsor of mine. And Jens Carr, who directs our Maritime Homeland Defense programs in PMS 408. If I have to leave at 10:30, right about at the break, so if anyone has any follow-on questions as the day proceeds, please feel free to stop Rick, Jens, or John as well. I represent PMS 408. Captain John Nagley is the program manager for PMS 408. We work underneath Mrs. Ann Sandell and Mr. Victor Gavin for the SES and flag level PEO leadership. And we support EOD acquisition development, which basically means we get OPNAV, or Chief of Naval Operations, requirements, get the resources that are provided from us, from the Pentagon, and meet warfighting requirements. And my brief is about 13 slides. If you have any questions as I go through the brief, I would feel free to raise your hand, and we'll try to address the questions as they come up.
I've been looking at UAVs and robotics and ROVs for a very long time, and it's nice to see they're out there earning their keep, getting better, faster, cheaper. Now, that's only going to continue like all technology continues. It's also affordable for the bad guys to get cheap UAVs and ROVs to deploy against us. Sure. So now we've got them, NATO's got them, friends got them, enemies have them, 5, 10, 20 years out. Is the sky going to be dark over battlefields with UAVs going back and forth? What are the master scenarios, and how do you cope with a proliferation of this technology?
I think that from our standpoint, we're trying to reduce risk and increase the tactical time. I think that we certainly take cautions as from an information assurance and a critical technology standpoint as far as exportation of these technologies. So we work closely with the State Department to try to slow down, especially the technologies that have been viewed by the Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force as critical technologies, and hopefully retard that proliferation of those critical technologies. But I think you bring up a good point. I mean, there are going to be, at some point in time, very affordable, readily available, off-the-shelf, unmanned vehicles. And whether we're talking about swimmer defense or whether we're talking about harbor defense, those type of tripwires and layered defense scenarios, whatever we're talking about guarding, whether it's civilian or military, we'll have to take into account those threats. So like sea mines, it's an evolving threat base. So it does evolve, it's not static. And I believe, I'm less along the force protection of perimeter security. So I could probably point you in the right way of some program offices that are anti-terrorism force protection components that would answer that question better. So,
if there is a good answer, because the inevitability, whether it's retarded or not, it's going to be extremely difficult.
Sure.
Because a lot of these things have commercial and civil uses.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of strapping a destructive device on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You was zooming in on some hires on the bottom here. This is about